All right, guys, here's Harmon. This is like my fifth attempt taking this. Um, so on for day 4, AMI math, ninth grade. This is what the problem is. It's a pretty good problem. It's got some really good stuff in here and a little bit of terminology we haven't used. So I'm going to walk through how to do this. So question 1 and 2 is about system of equations and solutions. It says what point satisfies both equations. It's the word we use for that is solution. Okay. Now, before I move on to this, I do want to make one point. Your y goes by ones here, but your x goes by 0.5s. So 1 is right there, and 3 is right there. If you don't realize that, you're probably going to miss both questions 1 and 2. Okay. All right. But anyways, I gave you a little bit of an example to kind of work on this. So first, to make a system of equations. To do that, it's really not bad. Let's call the red one r of x. Okay. So you need two things to write a linear equation. What you start with, what you change by in 1 unit. So like 1 day or 1 minute or whatever it is we're going by. In class, I tell you I'll give context and tell you like this is days and this is dogs or whatever. But yeah, whatever. So on the red one, the y-intercept or where it starts at is 1, right there. And then in 1 day, it goes up by 3, so plus 3x. If it was going down, it'd be minus, but since it's going up, it's plus. Now the blue one, we'll call it b of x. All right, it starts at 4, goes down 1 dog in 2 days, so minus 1/2 x. Okay, now that is essentially how that works. Now, if we wanted to find the solution to it, you could use a variety of methods, which we actually covered yesterday: elimination, substitution, or graphing. I'm just going to graph them real quick. So I'm going to go to my favorite graphing software, Desmos.com. It's over here. Now I have these in here. I'm going to use those for something here in a second, but let's not worry about that. So 1 plus 3x and y equals, check real quick, 4 minus 1/2 x. And I can clearly see they cross at 0.857 and 3.571. Okay. And it's not the only way you could win about that. You could win it a couple different ways, but that's what I chose to do, is go graphing. Now, looking at the other part of this assignment, okay, questions 3 and 4, which kind of tie in together. So if I want a system of inequalities, let's break down these words. System means 2 or more. An inequality has a greater than or less than sign. Okay, it's like an equation except with a greater than or less than sign. Now, I'm going to use Desmos for this as well. So if I want to include these following 2 points, you could use a sheet of graph paper, or you go to Desmos.com, put these points on here and plots them, and it kind of gives us a visual to solve this. Now I want a system which is 2 or more. So I'm just going to start with trying to make one below these points. So I'm going to make it start at 2. And I don't need the slope to be really steep, or it'll kind of go in between them. So I'm going to say plus, let's go up 1/2 x. Boom. Beautiful. Now that is an equation. I need an inequality. So all I have to do is change this to a, well, it's shaded on top, a greater than sign. It can be equal to, doesn't have to be, it's kind of whatever. All right, your choice on that. Good, now that's not a system because that's just one inequality. Let me go ahead and make the other. So I want one that kind of goes above it. So I'm going to make it cross at 6. So y equals 6. We actually have an interesting thing here. At this point, you don't have to add a slope to it. We could add a 1 slope or whatever. We just leave it at 6. Just change that, since it's shaded on bottom, to a less than. Guys, this right here is a system of inequalities. It includes both points. You can do it however you want with that, but that's just a way that you can go about that. Best of luck to you on day 4. Good luck.